evening. So,
Yeah.
welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I am the guest host tonight, Miss Cabryl Breotti of Cabryl Chat, Six Brown Chicks Chain Magazine, and all your other great stuff, including Chicago Now blogger. So, I'm so honored to the executive producer who is down there, the blonde bombshell herself, Ms. Mobra Foster. Thank you so much for allowing me this absolutely wonderful opportunity. I am
Thank
so grateful and so humbled by it. Now, if you all see
Yeah.
me darting between different screens, it's because I have a couple different setups in order to introduce this phenomenal gentleman right here, who is Eric Horn. And if y'all don't know about Blazing Graphics, y'all need to know about Blazing Graphics. Eric Horace, correct? Am I
Yes, ma'am.
pronouncing
Yes, yeah.
that
Eric
name correct?
Horice. Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
he's the CEO of Blazing Graphic, King King's Kid Clothing, Eagle Minded Lions, and King's Kid Music. It's a graphic design business. It's been in business for 14 and a half years. You have clients all over the world. Lily of SWV, Chicago's very own Selena Johnson, Faith Evans, reality star Black China, Diddy's protege Carl Thomas, Lisa Ray, another Chicago's very own hip hop legend,
Mm-hmm.
Chubb Rocks and Dana Dane, AK from the group
Mm-hmm.
Do or Die. Now I've met AK. And that's my man's in them. That's my man's in them. Like deep side, deep in my head.
Yeah.
Do you want
Yeah.
to ride in the
In
backseat?
the backseat of my
Yeah.
caddy,
So
chop it up into the
hey, that's
top.
a Chicago legend song. And if y'all ain't from Chicago, I'm sorry for y'all. Y'all don't know nothing about that. So shout out to them,
Yeah.
Psychodrama, all of them. Malik Youssef,
Mm-hmm.
Kalina from Dirty Money, Grammy award-winning producer Christopher Henderson, Cocaine, Scott Williams from the Chicago Bulls, the actor, Last Dragon's very own, Tamalik Guerrero. So just people that you've worked with. So, and that's
Yeah.
just a snippet of people that he
Yeah.
worked with
That's
over
just a
14
snippet.
and a half.
Yeah.
So tell us, how did you get started?
Well, I was like, I always been artistic, you know what I'm saying? Where I always had that gift where I can draw. Like when I was in middle school, I used to draw pictures of the kids in my class, and cartoon characters, comic book characters, and stuff like that. But I felt like once I graduated out of high school, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I around 2006. I was sitting in front of my computer. I downloaded this trial version of this program, and when I did that, it opened up a whole different world for me. You know what I mean? Because I seen like the program was about graphics. So
Okay.
when I actually did it, like started teaching myself how to navigate through it. You know, I started really like loving it. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, once I guess you could say I self-taught myself for like a month. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And then once I did that, I started doing little flyers and little stuff for free for people. You know what I'm saying? And just to get my name out there. And then once I did that, it was a wrap. You know what I mean? I started networking like crazy. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And I started I started running into people, rubbing elbows with people that, I never thought in my life that I'd be able to work with. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And people just started sharing my name, Blazing Graphics. He did this for me. He cold, you know what I mean? It started navigating all around the world, you know what I mean? And that was a blessing because it was just like I'm a young dude that just tried to, put myself out there so I can eat. You know
Right.
what I mean?
But now you eat
But
steak, lobster, you got scrimps,
yeah, you got scrimps, got lobsters and steak,
you got filet,
potatoes.
you got filet mignon with the real A1 steak sauce. Not
Yeah,
the store brand, the real.
the real one. You
The
know what I'm
real
saying? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Sure.
steak cutlet.
Yeah, you already know. Yeah, but it's been a journey. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody that has gravitated towards my business and they show me so much love, you know what I mean? And that word of mouth is crazy.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That word of mouth, it's crazy that how people like I had a project that I did over in Africa, over in Ghana, and I stood back for a long time because I was like, dang, I ain't made it that far.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't made it that far. I mean, my work is over there in Africa, over in Ghana, over in Senegal. You know what I'm saying? It's like this stuff is crazy. So, you know, I just think it was a natural born gift, and I just had to find out later on in life how to use it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, as you said, the journey, 14 and a half years, probably a couple years previous, but professionalism of 14 and a half years. And then by you
mm-hmm,
being self-taught. Now, with you at the level that you are at now, okay, like you said,
mm-hmm.
you had peaks and valleys. And I had to ask this of somebody yesterday. During the time of the valleys, how did you maintain yourself? How did you tell yourself, okay, when you hit this one peak and then you went down to the valley and everything was kind of slow, you know, you didn't know where the next thing was going to come from. How did you maintain yourself within that valley as you was climbing to your next peak?
God, you know what I mean? He has helped me out because I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I
Okay.
mean? All I knew is that I I I wanted to do graphics. You know what I'm saying? I self-taught myself and all that good stuff. And all I knew, because I didn't know nothing about business. I ain't never went to school for business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And but to maintain everything, it was nothing but him. You know what I mean? He showed me the provision beforehand. You know what I mean? He told me to go after it. You know what I mean? He
Right.
told me it's gonna be some bumps in the road. He told me it's gonna be some bumps in the road, but you know, I'm gonna be able to maintain everything. You know what I mean? It was hard. I ain't gonna lie. It was hard because I deal with a lot of people, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people that didn't know about, business. They some people tried to take advantage, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
your boy and stuff like that. But I, to that answer, yeah, that was nothing but God. This is he keep on making me move. You know what I mean?
Now, in some things that you did, you know, like you said, some people try to take advantage. And
Yes,
you
yes, they
being
have.
here, being from the shy, you know.
Actually, no.
Oh,
I'm not
oh,
from.
you're not from the shy.
No, I'm not from the Chi. I'm from Aurora, Illinois. I'm
Okay,
45 minutes away from
hold
the
on, hold
Chi,
on.
though. I got.
Okay, shy tendencies. He has Chicago tendencies.
Yeah, we cousins. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
because
yeah, we
being from
cousins.
the mean streets of Aurora.
Yeah, the mean streets of Aurora, A-Town. You know what I'm
Okay, so you having Chicago tendencies, being from Aurora, and
saying?
being in those situations where people were trying to take advantage, and you being new to the game, being young to it or whatever. How did you? What tactics did you use to overcome that? Like, what advice would you give somebody who is just starting out? Like you said, you didn't attend business school. You had to learn everything, a couple things, hard knocks with the lumps and the bumps and the bruises and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and you have the scars to prove it. Like I said earlier, putting glitter on your duct tape
Yeah.
in regards to keeping everything together. What is some of the key things that you would tell somebody who is just starting out, who is starting at the rough patches, who is starting at the very beginning of whatever it is they're doing? What is some universal advice that you might give? Because I truly believe that all businesses, being business minded, is universal. There are some universal things that we can't share. So, what is some
Right.
universal advice that you might give out?
Um, love what you do. Like love it before you put it out there. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Because it's a lot of people that I know that, they hesitant on starting a business because they feel like uh they don't I guess they don't believe enough. You know what I'm saying? And when you want to do a business, you gotta love that business like you love your babies. You know what I'm saying? And when you love something, you ain't never gonna let nobody take 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 over or run over you or You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. You know, you just gotta love that and be determined and understand that you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna say no to you. But you know, like they say, you know, out of all the no's, you're gonna get some yeses. You know what I'm saying? So my advice is, you know, just stay focused and keep dreaming big and dream bigger than your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? And know that you are able, you know what I'm saying, to do these things because this is what you want to do. You know what I mean? Because I have always been a big dreamer. You know what I mean? I always told myself, like, I ain't never gonna let nobody tell me that I can't do something. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just step out on faith. You know what I'm saying? And that leap of faith took me different places. So if it did it for me, little old me, little old dude from Aurora, Illinois.
From the
You know what I'm
mean
saying?
streets of the A-Town.
The mean streets of
Chicago.
the A-Town, for real. If I was able to do that, you know what I'm saying, then anybody else can do it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever industry they want to follow themselves into, you know? Yeah.
And see, that's a great thing that you said it yourself. You're being transparent about it. Like you said, you didn't have the silver spoon. You didn't have somebody guiding you along the way. A lot of stuff you had to learn. Now, when you first got started, and let's say you hit your first big client, whomever that was, whoever your first big client was, your big contract, it could have been somebody from your neighborhood. It could have been, like you said, a word of mouth referral and everything. When you hit that first peak, because I believe in your 14 years, you done had several different Mount Everests along the journey. When you hit that first peak, how did you feel? Did you feel like, okay, I made it? Did it make you hungrier for more? Did you sit back for a minute and let it all marinate and sink into your soul? I mean, what was your reaction when you hit that first big one?
That first big one was motivation to the third power, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, wow, they reached out to me, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I was geeked up. I was like a little kid on Christmas, you know what I'm saying? But that gave me a whole lot of motivation to keep on grinding, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, dang, if I got that person, just imagine who else I can get. You know what I'm saying? So I kept that energy, like, you know what I mean? Because I was like, that was somebody that didn't know who I was, but trusted me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, if that person's a big name and they trusted me on a project, oh, it's going down. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Somebody on my line asked, what does he do? He's a graphic designer. So 14 and a half years in the game. He's also a clothing designer. And you do anything with record labels and all that other stuff too, like A&R visuals?
I design stuff for like different ARs, PRs, and stuff like that. But I'm also an artist too.
Okay, so graphic designer, artist. So he's worked with some really big names that I mentioned earlier, some Grammy Award winners, quite a few thespians in Hollywood, some singers that we all know, some Chicago legends. So that's what he does. So we're talking about the business behind him doing not only the graphics, but the journey of where he's at now and where he started from. Like, you truly started from the bottom and now we're here. But in this time of where we're having everything going virtual, adjusting to the new norm that we might have going on now, going into 2021, how is your business adjusting? Is it that now you're doing more things virtual and you're able to outsource? Did you have to do a big change, or does everything seem to be even keel with you?
Actually, to be honest with you, when March hit, I went before the pandemic. I was like, that first year was like getting kind of rough. But when the pandemic hit, you know what I'm saying, everything skyrocketed.
Wow.
You know
Okay,
what
so
I'm
you done
saying?
had a mass blessings of an increase.
Yeah, that increase was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I was worried. You know, that's why God be telling us not to worry about things. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what he gonna do in the midst of, you know, like this pandemic. You know what I mean? Like I thought my business gonna go all the way down,
Okay.
but instead it went all the way up. You know what I mean? Because the tech industry was booming. Anybody that had anything going, I don't know about everybody else, but I know with myself, it was left and right, left and right, left and right, clients left and right. You know what I'm saying? So that was the blessing out of it all. But you know what I mean? Like, but I really thought I was gonna be like, man, I didn't know. You know what I mean? But he's my provider and my protector. You know what I'm talking about? So
And it's
yeah,
so
he,
funny because we were just talking about that today.
yeah,
Right.
Literally.
And that's the
yeah,
thing about it, just the adjustments of, what
mm-hmm,
people had to do during this time, because there are some people that did have to go belly up, or they had
right,
to adjust their businesses accordingly, or they had to downsize. With
mm-hmm,
you being in the blessing, I guess with everybody now, we have to do things virtual. Doing things
right,
virtual, people need graphics. People need something that's
mm-hmm,
eye catching, because now, instead of, let's say, 20,000 people, okay, now I'm being flooded with 50,000. Okay, instead of 10
right,
people doing the same thing, all right, now we got 200 people doing the same thing.
mm-hmm,
How am I going to stand out? How am I going to be different? And that's where you would come in. So his
mm-hmm.
Facebook page is Blazing, BLAZ as in zebra, INGR as in Robert, AP as in Paul, H as in Harry, XX. That's on Facebook. Is that also Instagram, Twitter?
Yeah, yeah. Instagram, Twitter, all the same, blazing graphics. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, let me go back to your bio real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question
All
for
right.
Eric.
Okay.
Eric, when you were talking about, when you got your first big project, who was it? Who was your very big?
It was Lisa Ray.
Oh, okay.
Chicago's very own.
Yeah,
There
it
you
was
go.
Lisa Ray, and I was geeked up. Like I was really geeked up because I was always been a fan. You know what I'm saying? I always been a fan of Lisa Ray. And then her manager reached out, and or me and him was talking on the phone through a mutual friend, and they was like, "I got a project for you." And I'm like, "Okay, what's up?" And he was like, "Man, uh, my client needs this done for her. What was it? She had a B2, I think it was called B2M or something like that. It was something that she was over in the Caribbean, and it was a big, like 5 day event. You know what I'm saying? Back to business. That's what it's called, back to business. Um, and I had did her all her flyers, all her posters, all her promo stuff for her for the event, and it was dope because she had everybody and her they mamas up in that mud, over real. But yeah,
But
that was my.
but like you said, just you being hidden global like that,
Mm-hmm.
out the park, because now your stuff has been featured in the Caribbean. Like you said, you went back to the original content, the motherland, Africa, and Senegal. Now, were
Mm-hmm.
you on the soil of Senegal when everything was going on?
That's the crazy part about my business is that I have my work has been everywhere. You know what I mean? Over in London, over in Japan, over in everywhere, all over the states. But there's a lot of places I ain't been. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I work from home, so you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of people, like especially in LA. I got a lot of clients out there in LA, and they be wanting me to come out there, and I be like, man, one day I'm gonna come out there. You know what I'm saying? I had some friends out there over in Africa. They wanted me to come there. I like one day, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be there. As soon as the pandemic over with.
Oh, you there?
Right.
Yeah, I'm
You
there.
plan.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm
All
I'm,
right.
I'm calling it.
Did you ever have a moment to whereas you were this close to saying, you know what, I can't do this, I can't deal with this, the pressure behind things that goes on. Like some people will cave in. Some people deal with pressure by drinking, smoking, however, your release, however their release mechanisms may be. But have you ever had that moment where you looked and it was so dark in that hallway that you couldn't see, your hand in front of your face, where you was almost like that close, being like, yeah, I'm gonna have to throw in the towel for this one.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been minute.
Hitting that Indeed button, like,
Yeah.
let me get this resume together.
Right. It's been many times your boy was I wanted to give up. Like for real, like I wanted to give up so bad because the pressure.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think it was more with me was like the client that I dealt with didn't understand the business of things, you know what I'm saying? And some was, you know what I'm saying, like, I ain't gonna lie, some was like irritating, you know what I'm saying? Some people were like really irritating to me, but you know what I'm saying? And I just felt like, I don't know, like I wanted to, maybe this is not for me type feeling, you know what I'm saying? I was like, maybe I need to do something else, you know what I'm saying? I need to do some soul searching or something. You know what I mean? And figure out what it is that, God is really trying to tell me to do. But every time, I kid you not, like every time I had that feeling, I sleep on it. The next day, God reveals to me that I need to keep on going.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like he telling me he's not done with me yet. You know what I mean? Like it's more to this. I ain't give you just blazing graphics. I ain't give you the ability to do graphics. I ain't give you all this talent and all these gifts for you to give up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I trust me. I want to give up so many times, but it's not supposed to be like that.
Okay.
It's something else that he's trying to tell me that it's bigger than what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? So that's why I just keep on going. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's talk about the importance of ownership, the importance of owning your name. Interview I had last night with Miss Shanice Lewis. She's I call her a plus beauty influencer because she was one of the original, as they would say, plus size influencers pre-social media. She was just featured in Forbes as the top 10 of all time. So congratulations to her on that honor and many others that she has accomplished over the years. She said, and it was really interesting, she said that she almost signed over her name, the ownership of her name, in a contract for management. Had she signed this contract with this gentleman for them to have his agency represented her, she was reading the contract saying that he would have owned her name and rights to it and be able to do anything he wanted with it, etc., etc. Please explain to those who are watching the ownership, the importance of the ownership behind the name, how you must own your name accordingly in any type of business, whether it's trademarking, whether it's copywriting, just getting that business side together, because some people look at it and say, oh, I have the money, I could do this, that, and the other, or I can make money off of that. But the importance of knowing that business side of owning your name and then living up to that name and putting a great reputation behind it.
It's very important to read read things, first of all, you know what I'm saying? And to really tap into, knowing about copywriting, knowing about trademarking, you know what I'm saying? Because those two things are key things that's going to keep your business name safe. You know what I'm saying? It's going to keep you safe as a business owner. You know what I mean? Because if anybody try to take that name, you have the right to sue. You know what I'm saying? So it's important just to, you know what I'm saying, do all the right things, read the fine print, you know what I mean? Because you never know, you know what I'm saying? You never know, someone could take your name if you don't got your stuff together. someone can take your name and be rocking your name. Say, for instance, if I was doing this for 14 years, since I've been doing this for 14 and a half years, and I never copyrighted my name, you know what I mean, or trademarked my name, all that work I did, and somebody can just go copyright my name and trademark my name, all that work I did was for nothing, because now somebody else has control over it, over my name that I built. You know what I'm saying? So it's important just to make sure you do all the right things, all the necessary things to get your business intact. Take care of the business part first, before you come out with a brand or whatever the case may be.
What about the fact of reinvesting into yourself? So let's just say, for example, you make your first 500. All right. Yes, you want to go out and celebrate. You want to get the filet mignon with the real A1 steak sauce.
Yeah, the real A1 steak sauce.
That's right. We want to get the big bottle. And we don't even have this on sale. We ain't even looking for coupons for Maria's or anything. We just grabbing it and go. We ain't even looking at prices.
You want that 40 ounce.
That's right. That's 40 ounce A1 steak sauce. That's right. Real mild sauce. Whatever real mild sauce is.
Right.
But that, just explain to us that reinvestment into self. Like, you made that first big check. Okay. First big thing. All right. You want to go out and buy a Gucci belt. You want to get you some slides. You want to get your 24s on your bubble. If y'all don't know what a bubble is, it is a Chevy old automobile pre-90s that has a round exterior, and it's called a bubble here in Chicago. So that's what we said, bubble. Okay,
that bubble, that young Chevy,
and it's a rear wheel drive. If y'all don't know, y'all have to get a trick suspension to redo the whole suspension thing when you get a bubble, but that's a whole nother story. I want a 68 Chevelle myself. But when you get that first big check, explain to us about the process of the reinvestment back into self to make sure that your business grows.
It is very important. To me, I didn't do none of that. Buying expensive stuff or whatever the case may be. I might treat myself here and there, you know what I'm saying? But I reinvested all the time into my business. Not only into my business, but other ventures, you know what I'm saying, of business. Because I feel like the more you reinvest, the more you can be big with your business. You know what I'm saying? More you can show out, you know what I mean? Like, my other business I have is called I'm a King's Kid, and it's a clothing line. It's a Christian clothing line, and because I invested a lot into Blazing Graphics, I was able to start another business. You know what I'm saying? Which to be honest, me using that money to get the things that I needed, you know, shirts and whatnot, getting it printed, you know what I mean, all that, it took it somewhere. My first big supporter in that whole King's Kid thing was Bishop T.D. Jakes, you know what I'm saying? And Bishop, you know what I'm saying, he seen what I was doing. Me and him talked for like a month, and he was very happy about what he seen, you know what I'm saying? But it's so important to really like take the time to invest and not think about like, oh, I'm finna go to the club. You know what I'm saying? If you got something, you got a business, it's important to just clear everything out the pathway. You know what I'm saying? Focus on what's ahead of you. Don't focus on what's on the right of you or what's on the left of you. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on your business and growing it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of things, people, when they start a business, a lot of things that they need that's new. You know what I'm saying? It could be just about anything, but it's important to stay invested into your brand. You know what I mean?
And like you said, somebody important things that you might need. You might need a printer. You need ink. You need a supply of paper. You need ink pens. You need a phone cord. You need to keep the phone on. You need to keep them bills paid. You need to pay your taxes.
Yeah.
So these are things that people might not think about because they're looking at, a smaller picture, like, oh, I want rims. Okay. Them rims could have paid 6 months rent at wherever you might be at your warehouse or whatever, or 6 months upon your web designer, or investing into good graphics as your business has been doing. And like you said, you dropped the name TD Jakes, but you've worked with a little bit of everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean those of ordinary stature, us tiny people. We still growing. We still
Whatever.
growing. We still growing. We gonna get there.
Stop it.
But some people want to hit up celebrities instantly. Like that's might be their top tier. Like, okay, I'm shooting for Lisa Ray. I'm shooting for Common. I'm shooting for Raheem Devine.
Raheem, that's that dude.
I'm shooting for Raheem Devine. But talk about the importance of treating everybody with A1 service, regardless of who it is and who they might be affiliated with.
Yeah, you gotta always have that mind state that like to treat everybody the same, because I like to build relationships. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing with me. And like when I approach certain people, I don't act like a fan, like especially with the the A-listers, the B-listers, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't act like I'm a fan to them. You know what I'm saying? I act like I'm a business. You know what I'm saying? I'm the brand. I'm promoting my business, and this is who I am. You know what I mean? I try my best to do that with everybody. I don't, I might tell them later on, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, yeah, I love that joint, you know what I'm saying? But I mean,
that's after the contract time, the check them clear. Yeah. You done did everything you need to do for them, and you done pressed send, and you done ended the thing, but afterwards, yo,
because I'm ready to see, if they really about business with me. Okay, there's a lot of celebrities out that were potentials that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who wasn't right, and they rubbed me the wrong way, and I just like, you know what? Maybe this is not meant. You know what I'm saying? And I'm good, but as far as like, you know what I'm saying, just it's just all about building those relationships and keeping them relationships straight. You know what I'm saying? Because that when you do good business with somebody, they spread your name. You know what I'm saying? They take your name to somebody and be like, hey, so-and-so, you know what I'm saying, is cold at these graphics and you need to try him out. You know what I mean? So that's why I always try my best to do that. You know what I mean? Because that's how my business been booming. You know what I'm saying? Because of the people that has either seen my work or they told somebody about me.
All right, so you also have discernment. So if something didn't sit right with your spirit, something seemed off, for you, all money is not good money?
Yeah. All money is not good money. Let me scream it out loud. Oh, real. Like, all money is not good money. Like, people be like, man, you know what? So-and-so, that dude dope, woo, woo, woo. But when it's like, you get that vibe of, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like something, like with me, it may be, I don't know if I tapped into discernment or whatever, but some people's spirits ain't right. And you don't want to do business with people when they spirits not right. You know what I mean? Because I don't want nothing to damage everything that I created. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, so yeah, all money is not good money.
So real talk. Just that aura, that energy, for you, energy is real.
Energy is super real. Like, man, because I can't even mention the person's name that I'm thinking off my head right now.
You don't have to mention no names.
I ain't mention no names.
The reason why I say that, because just because you don't mesh well with someone doesn't mean necessarily that they are a bad person or whatever. It's just that y'all don't align because you're not, your puzzle piece is not going to fit everybody's puzzle. You're
some
not.
people show their colors before you even get to the business.
That's true.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like they show their true colors up front. They act arrogant. They act like they stuff don't stink. You know what I'm saying? They act like, you know, you beneath them and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, when I deal with people like that, I just call it one. You know what I'm saying? Move on to the next.
Be like, you know what? I'm straight. I don't need to use this Mike Tyson uppercut on you.
Yeah.
And this is not an endorsement for violence, people.
Right.
We do not endorse violence here. We
Sometimes make you want to do an uppercut,
look,
you know.
walk away. Unless
Right.
you have enough bail money and you can call somebody outside of camera angles and be ready to smoke. Walk away.
Yeah. He who angers you controls you. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, look at the ghetto Confucius. That's what I'm talking about. He who angers you controls you.
Yeah.
I have never heard of that. The Aurora Prophet here, president of Chicago. If you don't leave with nothing else, he who angers you controls you.
Yeah, that's real talk. That's real talk.
A question, Marlboro, who was the next one?
The next one is Bill Kenney.
Okay, because you know what? He just popped up on my thing, and I was about to remove him, but some said ass first.
Ooh.
No, hey, look. People, this is an impromptu. We are putting glitter on our duct tape here. Okay? We are putting glitter on the duct tape. You mind if we admit him or you want him to wait?
Let him wait for him. I'll tell him to wait.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Tell him I see him and hold tight. But when he popped up, I just want to make sure because now with everything virtual, people tend to impede, invade, be able to try to break through or whatever. So I just want to, make sure. So my man's in them. We go get to you.
Yeah, that's all.
What was one of your very first graphics that you created? Like one of your very first, like I'm talking about the very beginning, like your first week of. What was one of the first things you did? Do you remember? Do you still have it? Did you put it in a frame, like on a wall to remind you, like the beginning of, like with your first dollar? What was one of the very first things that you did?
I did like a CD cover for myself. You know what I mean? Like it was.
Please tell me you have it. Is it one of the CD covers like 80s? What was it? The early 90s Lil Wayne when they did the multi thing and they was behind the spray painted the cars.
I'll tell you.
I wish I had a picture of reference. Mark, you want a picture of reference? So that was one of your first ones?
Yeah, it was rough too. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a real rough. It was a real rough design because it was like first one. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't cut around the lines of my picture right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about fades and all that stuff. So it looked really, unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? It looked like some third grader did it.
Okay,
but I was practicing though. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, first of all, we all were young youths at one time or another, where our mothers loved our finger paintings, where it was on the refrigerator. At least mine did. I think she did it as a form of that. I didn't have to have therapy as I got older. That's a whole nother story. So, but no. I completely understand. So you said you have it in a frame as a reminder of humble beginnings?
Right. I don't have it in a frame. I got it in a folder in my in the archives of my hard drive, you know what I'm saying? Where I keep everybody's work at, you know what I mean? But
Okay.
yeah, it's there. You know what I'm saying? Just in case I need to go back and be like, dang.
Was
Yeah,
the mixtape? What was you
Huh?
saying, Marvel?
I said, but you look back at that and then you look at how far you've come since then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing. It's
Okay,
amazing.
so was it for a CD of the mixtapes of the mean shit with an A, cousin of
I,
Chicago?
it was for one of my songs, but I never put it out because I never put it out like that because I was like, ugh, you know what I'm saying?
I want to
Yeah,
see that.
I would have, I would have supported that.
Yeah, you're right.
Back in the days of what was it, 12 CDs for $1 from Columbia House?
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah,
Straight out the trunk. My man's in Newtown. Besides the Polish selling out the trunk with the it was the TV with the VCR tape in it, and they would show you the tape before you buy it, so you can make sure that it worked.
You make sure it worked, yeah.
See, I got you.
Jewtown. I miss Jewtown.
Man, look, UIC bought up all of that, and now the only thing that is standing is the original Jewtown Polish stand.
Polish, right there by the school. Yeah.
Yes, it's called University Village, people. So gentrification at its finest.
Yeah.
What is one of the funniest projects that you've had to work on?
The funniest projects?
Yeah, that you look back and you even now at that project you still laugh and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did graphics for this, or I did some work for this team.
Dang. Well, it was this one client. They didn't know what they wanted, but they kind of like was the people that were like, they was telling me like, this is, you know what? Because everything I came with, they were like, nah. And they told me that, you know, they wanted the ice cream on top of some money and in a circle and with some little chipmunks going around. And I'm like, dude, you sure?
Who was smoking at the meeting or before the meeting?
I know it wasn't me, but I know, dude, he wanted some squirrels in that mud. I'm like, what are you trying to represent? You know what I'm saying?
So he wanted wilderness, currency,
ice cream,
and wanted those who are lactose intolerant to be.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but it was weird to me. But you know, I if he loved it, I love it too. You know what I'm saying?
I just pictured all of that in my mind, and I'm good.
Right, yeah, because I didn't know where he was going with it, but you know what I'm saying? I'm like, cool, you want the squirrels, you know what I'm saying, crawling up on your logo, you know what I'm saying? Get the squirrels crawling up in your logo. You know what I'm saying? You want the ice cream, what you want me to feed the squirrel with the ice cream? You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want me to do, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. But I didn't understand it.
You know what? They lined up with your spirit, their vibe.
Yeah, they were cool people.
The spirit, although it was confusing.
I don't know, but hey, to each his own.
This is why you need to be well versed in ice cream flavors and wildlife.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Briars and National Geographic.
She said National Geographic.
I'm just saying, you know what? When I went to college, it was some gangster squirrels on campus. So
they gangster. They still gangster.
Man, them was some hood squirrels in Carter.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all college campus, but
we had some in Michigan. Yep.
I had some throwing.
What about you?
I had some throwing up gang signs at me one day. You know what I'm saying? Throwing up West Side. You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
West side of
Like,
the A.
yeah, it's like, you better run out by my spot. And like, they little fingers, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn.
Break yourself, fool.
Yeah, that's what that's what he said too. Break yourself. That's what he said. You know, yeah. I'm like, man, I gotta get up out of here. Shoot. It'll be a 187 up in this one. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the real. If it's squad up under this mug, they're gonna call all the wildlife.
This is just tea. I promise you. This is just regular tea. No alcohol. I don't know what they're drinking, but this is something made of water.
Hey, I ain't had no sleep, so please excuse me. I apologize on behalf of my behavior. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's all good.
Now, I have a question. Now, what if you did someone like, for example, now let's say they like really, they just give you a couple things, to throw out there, and they want you to design it. Now, for instance, he designed our On the Scene logo. I gave him colors that I wanted, and I let him. I was like, I just want you to design. Just hook something up.
Yeah. I mean,
so what is your thought process?
It's just key things. It's just key things I need to know. You know what I'm saying? I need to know like what type of images you like, what kind of things, you know what I'm saying, that you probably seen from somebody else's logo that I probably can implement, or I can just do something me, you know what I'm saying? I need to know colors, you know what I'm saying, because that's very important when it comes to your brand. I like to talk to people just to fill them out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because my mind, how it operates when I start designing stuff is crazy, because I just start, like, since I've been in the industry for so long, I know like what type of lane a certain type of business need to go down as far as branding. You know what I mean? Some stuff would be corporate. Some people want to look, a nice, clean corporate look. Some people probably want a corporate look with an edge, or something that's high end. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the industry they in, you know what I mean? I'll tackle it. And like 85% of my clients, they always want me to freestyle something. You know what I'm saying? So I freestyle it, and then like how I did with yours. You know what I'm saying? I freestyled it.
Happy, yes.
You know what I'm saying? I freestyle all that. You know what I'm saying? So they be happy after they see the final design. So yeah.
So that's the great thing about being a visionary. Someone can tell you one or two things, and then you having the openness to run with it. That's the great thing about your clientele. They're entrusting your vision to bring out what they want for their brand.
Yeah. And plus, some people just like, some clients of mine, they trust the person that told them about me. So they don't want to see nothing. But sometimes, I'd be like, the artwork speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? So I send them to my page, and so they can see some of the work I did. And they be like, yeah, I'm rocking with you, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with you. And that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? On the real. Shouts out to all my clients. You know what I'm saying? I just had to say that real quick. Because
Erica,
I love y'all.
Erica Porter, she said your work is dope and you are a true visionary.
Yeah.
Tell E I said thank you. Thank you, E. Thank you. That's the homie right there.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Media maven, chicks that pitch. I've
loved
Erica. That's right.
I can't wait to chicks this pitch. I can't even say nothing about that right now, because so the rap, she can't. I told her I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But
okay, look at this weather. Oh my gosh, we ain't had a hard winter's day yet. See, look at that's how you do that. Look at that weather. Boy, I tell you. Your mama made pie today. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Tell Miss Mabel and them I said hi.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Okay. How can they follow you on social media?
I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook under Blazing Graphics. If y'all want to listen to some music, you know what I'm saying? I'm a
We're gonna have to
music
do a part
artist.
2 of this interview because I just seen that you're a music aficionado and you might need a background singer.
Hey, hey.
Shouts out to the Kojic Children's Choir. That's right. If y'all don't know what Kojic is, it's Church of God in Christ.
Amen.
On the Holy Ghost.
Amen. Amen. You know, let him use you.
That's right. That's
let
right.
him use you.
I was in the children's choir at my grandfather's church only because I was in the front row. Doesn't mean I sang, but the fact that Reverend Five, that's his grandbaby. Let her get in the front row.
She was present.
I feel another therapy session coming on.
Well, he does have a new song out.
Ooh. Yeah.
You want to close out with it, Eric?
Yeah, y'all close out with it. Yeah, I got a new single that is put out this week. It's called King. It's dedicated to every guy who's a king, who knows they king. You know what I'm saying? That knows who God is and know that, you know what I'm saying, by right, since God is our father, we are part of royalty. You know what I'm saying? We kings. Because, Beyonce and all of them, they got songs for the queens. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do something for the guys. You know what I'm saying? And it's called King by your boy Lethal.
All right. You got it? Queued up?
You got it, Eric?
Oh. Do I got it? I thought you had it.
Oh, I got it. Hold on.
I'm waiting on somebody. I'm ready to black.
Hold up. Here we go.
I hope y'all like it. You know what I'm saying?
Can you hear it?
Yeah. It's your boy E. King's Kid Music. You get that? Yeah. I'm a king. Don't get it twisted. I'm a child of the Most High.
So I can stay with it.
Wait a minute, you moved it from the mic.
Yeah.
Yes.
You hear it?
I'm protected by a God that y'all think that's made up. See, I'm the definition of a king, but don't not maybe you like him without being cocky.
What with it? What's going with it? It's going in and out.
It's going in and out.
How about now? Better?
Where can they purchase the single at?
I got the single right now on Apple Music, Spotify. It's everywhere on the digital platform. You know what I'm saying? So, just type in ELEATHAL King. Is right there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you got to send me a link to that. So not only can I purchase, but I can make sure I can share it on my platform too. So
yeah,
when you come
it's
out,
real dope.
When you come out, please do. When you come out with the R&B remix.
Hey, I got you. I got you.
I was ready.
I got you. I got some tracks too. You know what I'm saying? You jump on.
See that's what I see.
Oh yeah. Be like, ooh.
I'm gonna make my one-hit wonder dream come true.
Hey, it's all good. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, I'm gonna make my one-hit wonder dream come true. People don't understand. Yeah. Like I just need them notes, just them few notes.
Yeah.
Just a fruit. Yeah. Just a fruit. That's right. Yeah. Just a fruit.
Yeah, we can make a hit. You know what I'm
saying? I'm gonna make it for my people, for the mean streets of Bellwood.
Bellwood.
Y'all know nothing about Bellwood.
Yeah. That's what's happening. Man, I got you. Whatever you want, we can get down.
And for all of those who are wondering where Bellwood is at, it is 15 minutes outside of downtown Chicago, west on 290. Get off at the exit Manheim Road, take a right, go down a mile and a half, and you have entered the village of Bellwood. Population 45,000 as of the 2010 census.
You are hilarious.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
you it's
people
funny.
tea.
On the real. Super funny.
No, I look, I'm genuine, and I really appreciated Eric for helping us sprinkle glitter on the duct tape because we had a few minor technical difficulties at the very
It's
beginning
all
of the
good.
show. Really, really appreciate it. One more time, how can they follow you on social media?
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Blazing Graphics, BLAZINGRAPHXX. And you can follow me the same spots, you know what I'm saying, on my music page at Elethal, ELEATHAL. And like I said, if y'all want on my who?
Your YouTube page.
Oh yeah, YouTube, Blazing Graphics. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy if y'all need some work done. Get at me. You know what I'm saying? Before I have to call it.
I like that shirt in the back. I mean, I like Marlboro shirt too, but that shirt with the 7. I mean.
If you don't know who that, I did that shirt.
I know who it is. I'm talking about. I like the shirt.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
You know who on there?
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick. You know who else?
I can't see who else. I see the 7.
I wish I could take that off, but that's Kaepernick and Martin Luther King.
And you said you're gonna send it to me. I need to.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I did that. I did that shirt for Nick Cannon because he was looking for somebody to do a Kaepernick and King shirt, and I was like, let me flex one real quick.
So that means, I mean, I could come to the main streets of Aurora from.
Come to A-Town.
I got gas.
Yeah. I got you.
Y'all heard that, right? So when y'all see me with that shirt on, it's mine.
I'm finna order one tomorrow. You can tell me your size. I got you.
Me and Nick Cannon.
Eric, can you pull that? Can you bring it a little closer? Put the camera a little closer to it.
Hold on. Let me see. I don't got no light over there. Let me see.
You see, he had the strobe light. He was setting the mood interview.
Yeah. I don't got no light over there. But you know what I'm saying? I share it with y'all though. You know what I'm saying? I tag y'all in it on the Facebook.
Okay.
My man's in them.
Yes.
This is a double header on the scene. So we gonna bring on our next guest. Thank you so much, Elethal.
Thank
you. Music, I got you, and I'm gonna sing you my shirt size because I would like to wear that. You know.
And it got that. And it got Black Lives Matter on there. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's more reason, because, you know, Black Lives Matter, especially after this week, boy. Watch chickens coming home to roost. Girl. Man.
Yeah, crazy. It was crazy.
We're going to do a part 2 because I would like to talk to you a little bit more about your music and everything. So, appreciate your time. We're on the scene.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Tonight.
Yeah, most def. I appreciate y'all. Much love. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. You know what I mean? And man, keep supporting your boy.
All right. Thanks so much, E. Talk to you soon.
All right. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.
All right. So we're about to bring Mr. Bill Kenney on. And did you send me the info?
I thought I did. I can send it to you.
We're still recording and we're still on Facebook. For y'all who are still watching, this is a doubleheader of On the Scene. I am the guest host tonight, Cabryl Breotti of Cabryl Chats and all the other affiliates that I'm a part of. And that young lady up there with the strawberry blonde looking ever so beautiful. She looking so beautiful. She looks so beautiful tonight. Don't you agree?
Thank you.
Miss Marlboro Foster. So I'm just waiting on the next information. So we're going to bring our next guest in. Okay. And hopefully y'all having a great time tonight. and the implosion of what's going on in our nation. But we're going to talk about positive things because we are a positive people. So far, how's your Friday going?
So far, good. Good. All right, I just texted it to you.
All right. Just waiting on that.
Right back. My phone is about to die, so I'm about to go get my charger.
All right, while she go get her charger, I'm gonna sing a duet. All right. I'm just going through my phone, y'all. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so my next guest is an actor, Mr. Bill Kenney. He has started independent movies and everything. So he's somebody's face that you're going to recognize very, very soon. So I'm honored for this opportunity. You are witnessing the doubleheader of On the Scene. On the Scene is a video blog magazine that premieres on Friday nights. Please check them out on the Facebook, Instagram. On Facebook is On the Scene. Instagram is On Scene and the number 1. So check them out. Follow them on social media. Accordingly, I'm just waiting on Mumber to get back in so we can get to Mr. Kenney and I can bring him on. Let's see. All right. On this Friday night. So hopefully you enjoyed the interview with our previous guest, Mr. Eric Horice, who is the CEO, founder of Blazing Graphics, which is a graphic company. He's worked with such notables as AK of Do or Die, Chicago's very own, Lisa Ray. In addition, he also has worked with TD Jakes, Carl Thomas, Lily of SWV. So just a couple different people that he's worked with. So I'm just waiting on, like I said, just Marvel to get back so I can bring on Mr. Bill Kenney, who's a actor, big name that you're going to be watching out for very, very soon. And as with anything during these course of these conversations, interviewing actors, designers, just creative people, you have to keep going. Regardless, when you hit you're going to have your peak. And then when you get in your valley, you have to keep the creative process going. You have to keep going. When you see that the tunnel is so dark and your hand is in front of your face, don't give in. Don't throw in the towel because everything happens accordingly. And it all happens by design and it happens on divine time. And believe you me, you're going to hear more no's than you hear yeses, but you can cultivate your yeses accordingly. Remember, no stands for next opportunity. It's just giving you a pathway in order for you to have that next, thank you so much, in order for you to have that next journey accordingly. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm going to have to leave to let my dog back in just a second.
I just have plants now. So I have something dependent on me for life. Although I have a grown adult child, I have plants now. Remind me to tell you about this funny story about my plants that are in the corner here.
Okay.
All from one person who got jokes.
Did you get my text?
Yep, I got it.
Okay.
Perfect. So we's about to let him in.
All right.
All right. I just did it. Ooh, look at that picture. That's what I'm talking about.
What's up? All right. All right, let me.
Wait a minute. Here's the face.
Let me give you a realistic view. Here we are.
Okay. I like the background.
Fans in them. How are you doing today?
You prefer the background or you want the real thing?
I like it. I like it.
You look dashing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Look at that. All dashing. I mean, are we playing Match.com too on this interview?
Let me ask my wife.
Yeah, I surely will not. So hello to the missus and the family.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, Mr. Kenney, welcome to the doubleheader for On the Scene. I'm the host, your guest host tonight, Miss Cabryl Breotti of Cabryl Chats. So I am so awesome to meet your acquaintance with the executive producer over here, Miss Strawberry Blonde, Miss Margaret.
Yes. Yes, Miss Barbara.
All right, so you were raised in Muskegon, Michigan.
Yes.
That sounds country.
Well, it's West Michigan, so kind of.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of wood areas up there. Great fishing.
There is.
Great fishing.
Yes, lots of fishing. We have a lot of rivers, a lot of streams. It's a great area.
Yes, so great fresh fishing and everything. Me myself, when I fish, I like to use sawworms or night crawlers. Maybe a plastic bobble, maybe, but not too good because you don't want the plastic to get caught up in the fish when you catch it, and you got to dig it out when you clean it and scale it and everything.
Yeah.
So myself, I like to use biodegradable food for thought.
Very good.
Breadcrumbs or something like that.
Very good.
Do you like fishing?
Yes. You know, I actually grew up with a lot of fish. We did a lot of ice fishing when I was a kid.
Really?
So a lot of perch. Yes, we grew up on a lot of perch during the winter months. Yes.
Ice fishing. So you actually went on the lake, cut a hole.
Yep.
A hole.
Yep.
Hold up. I'm just imagining you cutting this hole and not one of the cartoon cracks and nobody fell through.
No, so if the ice was 5-6 inches deep, you were safe. We walked out and we had an auger, a hand auger, and drill a hole. Yep. Get the hole just perfect and put our little fishing pole in with our little tip ups. And sometimes if we, get a couple holes, put up our tip ups and just sit back in our little chairs and watch the tip ups go and then reel in the perch. I mean, on a regular day, you could get 60, 50 different, perch, and it was a good day.
I mean, you're on ice.
Yes. Very cold.
You talking about 5 to 6 inches thick. That's safe.
Yes.
On a frozen lake.
On a frozen inland lake, yes. Very safe.
You know what? I'll stick with the shore or pier. Some concrete.
Certainly.
Concrete is more than 6 inches thick. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just saying. How did you get started off into acting? Well,
interesting story. So my wife and I were into like a lot of different film and just we like watching TV. And there was an interesting opportunity where a independent filmmaker was doing a zombie film in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is about an hour from where we live. It was on Facebook. There's open casting call, and it was like a zombie film. We're like, they're auditioning for zombies. So we're like, well, we like zombies. So let's go check that out, just off a whim.
Okay.
Yeah, we went down and we auditioned, and unfortunately, my wife did not get a part, but I was offered a part as a survivor of the film. And so went to a couple rehearsals. We did some filming, and unfortunately, the film never panned out with, the business is, a lot of indies, some things doesn't pan out.
Right.
That started the bug, if you will, the interest. I always loved film, but by heart, I'm an introvert. So I never really, until I was older, kind of checked it out. And then that experience alone, the filming, the rehearsals, it created some relationships and got some interest going. And so I started seeking out other opportunities of what's out there, what's going on, and really drew my interest from there.
All right. So we done went from ice fishing with a lot of perch.
Yep, a lot of perch.
I mean, you have to figure the perch are hungry in a frozen lake. And if they see a string with worms of food, they're going to go after it. And then they become food.
Sure.
So y'all must have had a lot of Tabasco sauce and hot sauce at the crib.
Yeah.
See?
Sure, definitely.
Now we're gonna go into your interest got piqued for acting because you was cast as a survivor from zombies.
Yes. again, I was probably, so that was 2015. I was either 39 or 40, so I was a little later in life. Again, my natural characteristic, if you will, is kind of introvert. I always was interested in film, but just never really had the initiative to engage in it until a friend of ours copied us on a Facebook post for that casting call. We're like, okay, let's go check it out. And then just the whole experience was like, wow, we could really do some cool stuff from here on. And again, like I said, the film never turned out, but Roger Schultz was the original writer and director of that film. And anything I've done since then, I owe it to him. Just he gave me the opportunity to experience the film life. I was like, just open up so many possibilities. It was awesome.
All right. So in the terms of acting, do you want to do other things behind the scenes besides being an actor?
Sure. And again, that was 2015. I've had I formed with friends of mine a couple different companies, and yeah, I've done writing, I've done directing, I've done a little bit of camera work, sound, so PA work. So yeah, I've kind of encompassed all the little positions and whatnot around what it takes to make a production or a film, come valid. And I think out of those experiences, I really enjoy not only acting, I enjoy directing, I enjoy writing. I realize that understanding camera angles is not my strong point. I tried it and I study it, but there's people that do that much better. Lighting, I struggle with lighting.
Okay.
But there's people that do that well, and so I kind of get with those people and respect their interests and whatnot. So yeah, I dabbled around the whole spectrum of what makes a film, if you will. Sure.
Well, and that's a great thing about it, that you are willing to be multifaceted like that. For when you do your own project, at least you have the basics of, okay, I want it from here, or here, let's shoot it from this way, or giving direction accordingly to an actor saying, okay, these lines said this, so I need your expressions to be this, or I need you to get this way, etc., etc.
Sure, definitely. And as a writer, I've written, I don't know, 5-6 projects. We filmed a couple of them, and my writing is, this is kind of where I'm going with it. But as actors and being an actor, make it your own. As long as we're getting the same ideal or getting the same, vision of what I see, what's going on, make it natural, make it your own, envision your character, and just make it natural. It doesn't have to be exactly word for word, but if it's getting the point across, that's awesome. That's awesome. Because I worked with people that, nope, you got to say this, this, and this. Okay, that's cool. That's your vision. My job as an actor is to fulfill what your vision is. As a writer on my end, just make it what's natural for you. Make it, you're the person, you're the character. Make it what's natural. And that, yeah, by all means.
So you allow somebody their creative freedom. You're
by all means.
Open
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
Now, when you're writing something, what type of creative process do you go into? Do you have, like, let's say, some music playing in the background? Are you listening to something that filters the white noise? Are you inspired by something you might have seen that day driving, or even a conversation with your wife or your friends? What goes into your creative process of you writing a project?
That's a very excellent question. So the latest project I've been working on, I'll kind of relate to that. Basically, it was usually it's late at night. It could be like 10, 11 o'clock. We're watching TV. I'm zoning out, and I have an idea pop in my head. Or like in the dream process, like something going on in my head. I'll wake up, and I have like a pamphlet next to my nightstand. And I'll wake up and I'll write ideas down. Okay, I need to revisit that in the morning. So it first starts out with an idea. Hey, we're binge watching this, we're binge watching that. Hey, wouldn't that be cool if we could watch something similar to that on this premises.
Mhm.
And, so it's just, and sometimes there was one film that I wrote, it was a short, and it just happened. I for my full-time work, I do a lot of driving and I do a lot of thinking. And just one time I thought of this idea, and I like pulled over at a gas station. I sat there for 30 minutes and wrote this whole idea out on a piece of paper, and then eventually that night wrote it into script.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so it just spontaneous, if you will. If something comes to me that, hey, that'd be interesting, I think I would be interested in watching that. Let's put it on paper and see where it goes from there.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Do you find yourself now looking at different genres of film? Like, let's say, for example, one of my favorite films is Sunset Boulevard. It's a very old black and white, dealing
Sure.
with the main character, Norma Desmond. And the opening scene is old boy in the pool floating. And the first thing he says is, I bet you wonder how I got here.
Right.
Okay. That's one of my favorite films. It's on my top 3. Another favorite film of mine is Coming to America.
Excellent film.
Classic with the costumes, the characters and everything. So I done went from one genre of an old black and white film, okay,
Yep.
post-silent film era, if you will,
Right.
that type of film,
Sure.
to
Sure.
something to whereas you had one person, 2 or 3 people playing multiple characters.
Right.
Film. So
Yeah.
do you find yourself watching different type of film genres across the board in that aspect and getting creative ideas?
Sure, definitely. So, not to give out too much of my latest ideas. So, I found myself watching lately during COVID and whatnot. We're all restricted at home and Netflix, and I found myself watching a lot of like Forensic Files and those stories. So,
I like those too.
oh my gosh, just yeah, very, oh my, yeah, just, wow. And then podcasts and whatnot. And before that, we watched a lot of The Office and Parks and Recreation. So I came up with this idea of, and actually, we're going to start filming next weekend of an episodic.
Hold on. You don't have to say your idea. So give us the Cliff Notes snippet without giving it away.
Okay, sure. My next project we're start working on it's a forensic based episodic series on a basically rag team of forensic detectives that have the whole season 1 is based on one case.
Okay.
There's many characters in that case, and it's just basically fumbling around until they actually solve that case. Kind of in the realm of what The Office would be without the third party narrative. So it's single shots, it's all handheld, it's comedic.
Okay.
Like the 2 lead characters, myself and another gentleman that I work with quite a bit, kind of like a Barney and Fred type of atmosphere. Like Fred is the all-knowing but not really. Barney it's actually Detective Barnes, who seems like the dimwit, but really the all-knowing type of character. So yeah, it's we're starting with the pilot episode next weekend, and we're hoping to 6 to 8 episodes, and just kind of introduce new characters and concepts and fumbling around, and it's gonna be fun.
All right,
but with different genres, so there's the comedic aspect. I did a film called Counseling Session, which is more of a thriller / kind of a women's rights movement film where the woman was kind of the antagonist, if you will, and there's a little thriller aspect to that. A couple other ideas where I've written down where it deals with religion and maybe some comedic. I don't know how to say it, but there's some, there's televangelists. There's the money televangelists that are all doing money, and then the real religion where that's kind of a mix of, some things that where there's some false religions due to money making. So there's a
Okay.
little, and then
So,
there's another script where flip the switch where, back in 1960s, 50s, where, women's rights were still kind of being impeded on and it's coming to attrition, if you will. Flip the switch, women are in control, the men are seeking men's rights. It's like a whole flip the switch type of different look at an alternate universe, if you will, and
okay.
kind of comedic, but eye-opening as well. So yeah, there's all kinds of different ideas in my head.
So the creative juices just flow.
Oh, it's crazy. My wife is like, but I gotta give it to my wife Tasha. Like I throw these ideas out there, she's like, that's good. Nope, you need to do this. That's makes more sense. That's gonna be more creative. And so yeah, it's like it's a team effort for sure.
All right. Well, if you ever need for your series, a beautiful Black woman, forensic examiner coming in from the city to overlook y'all work.
Got you.
She's available.
I is available.
Understood. I appreciate it.
About how long with your creative process do you think it would take? Is it something like, okay, just like you said, you got the idea, you pulled over in the gas station, within a half hour, you did the outline, and then you went home and wrote the script.
Yep.
Does your creative process at times take a while to develop? And as you said, you discuss things with your wife, and she might give you your yay, and then nay, and switch it up a little bit. Do you find yourself going, okay, this first draft is it, et cetera, or do you find yourself going back and doing revisions because you might get more inspiration from other places?
Oh, by definitely, but by all means. So usually my first draft is just the idea. It's a base idea. Run it by my wife. She puts in a couple things that would make it more appealing, and then it's usually I collaborate with a couple guys that I work with our production company, and we all collaborate together. So it could be anywhere from 4, 5, 6 drafts, and even at the time of filming, you know what that. It'll work better if we do it this way. So again, it's always open. It's always like a live document. It's always open into interpretation with the actors, the crew, especially like the director of photography. Like I see things how I think they would look, but it's somebody that's more of a camera person or whatnot or a choreographer or something that sees something that may look better. Like when I did counseling session, I learned about the I'm gonna forget the name now. The French angle, I think it's called. It's kind of the distorted angle. It's on a side. There was a scene where my DP was like, "Well, let's," I may be totally not getting the term right. It's like let's do this on an angle like this, and it looked awesome, and it turned out great. I'm open to that. So yeah, from the first draft, I put my ideas down. I talk to the wife, I talk to my friends, and it could be 4, 5, 6, even 7 drafts before we have a concept which we're ready to shoot on. And even then, when we're shooting, it's a live document. If the actors feel like, this doesn't just seem natural, okay, change it up. Let's go with it. As long as the idea meets what I'm looking at, let's do it for sure.
Did you have a question, Barbara? Because you, as a fellow thespian, soon to be award-winning actress, and I'm writing her speech now as we speak, because I'm gonna be on that 5th line of thanks.
Heck yeah!
Like the Lord, the universe, her mama, her family. Then it's gonna be Cabryl Breotti. So I'm like on that 5th line.
For sure.
There you go.
Did you have a question?
Yeah. So I was just saying. So Bill, so your wife helps you out.
Yes.
Some of these?
Oh, by all means. I talked to her on all the things that we're doing and kind of get her feedback. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's awesome to have that partnership and then to have someone open, because as creatives, and the 3 of us are in our own little way.
Sure.
It's hard to invite somebody in that space because, as Erykah Badu said, you sensitive about your ish.
Sure.
So it's hard to invite that extra eyes into your space because you want to make sure that your vision translates accordingly, and you want them to see the beauty of your vision, but their vision might see something else, and just even the smallest distortion can kind of discourage you. Do you ever have those moments?
Yeah, I've had, but you know, before I got into film, I've done a lot of study on leadership. You know, my job is I'm a business representative for the Carpenters Union, and we've done a lot of training where, you know, we know there's so many different personalities, and you know, my personality, I'm kind of, like you said, I'm introvert, I'm reserved, but I know there's 3 other personalities out there that kind of people fit in besides my own. So my conception of a character, say of a direct personality, I would write them as how I think, but to cast somebody that has that actual personality may say, hey, you know, it'd be more like this. Okay, well, that's your personality type. Let's make that real. So yeah, so that's why I'm open to looking at or collaborating with, especially my wife. She's a different personality than I, and some of the other people I work with are different personalities. So I always collaborate with them. You know, what would be best for them in this type? I know the character types. I know what I want, and I know what I envision, but I want to make it as real as possible. And it's not for me to do that because I'm this personality. My conception of that personality is this, but to make it real, that person has to have that personality and contribute to that personality. So that's why I'm open to, here's what I want, here's what I see, but let's collaborate and make it as real as possible. You know, I've done the first project I done. I was more, when I directed, I was more direct in what I wanted, but it didn't turn out as, what do I say, as natural as I wanted, because what my perception of what reality was different than what those personalities actually was. So it seemed really scripted. And then when I finally opened up, okay, here's what I'm thinking. As long as you're in the lines of this, make it your own. And that just opened up. It just, you know, and that was counseling session. I think that was, and it just seemed so much more natural, and it was more rewarding.
Excuse me.
The first project. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question, but
no, it really did. Like I said, as creatives, everybody looks at things differently. Sure. I might look at a blob and see a butterfly. Barbara might see a flower, and right. You might see a 4th grade teacher that tortured you. You know,
right?
Everything is subjective to interpretation.
Sure.
Right. I think you should do a short about ice fishing and the ridiculousness behind it.
Right. We can do that. We can do that. For sure.
Just the whole, you know, maybe he met her on a date and, you know, he swiped left and they did this Tinder thing and he's like, hey, you like seafood? And she's like, oh my God, you know, yes, I'm a pescatarian. And he's like, I'll take you to the spot that has fresh seafood. And then they turn out to be ice fishing. And she's mad as hell because she's dressed on a date and not to be on a frozen lake somewhere.
Right. Or we could do like an ice fisherman's only app and like, yeah.
You know, yeah. And let's see how many ice fisher gals they meet on the app. Let's see if we can run with this idea. You know,
sure, we can work that.
Maybe one of the burning questions is, do they use night crawlers or saw meadows or minnows?
Oh, night crawlers, 100% night crawlers.
See, use my man's in them because I use night crawlers too. So I mean, minnows are cool, but the problem with minnows is some of them are so small that they can't get on the hooks accordingly.
Exactly.
Whereas a night crawler, if you get a real fat, juicy one, you can kind of run the hook through them.
Yes. My girl, you're a fisherman. I love it. Right. I love it. That's exactly it.
People, y'all are sleep on my skills. Y'all didn't even know I knew about fishing.
Some people, they take the night crawler and they stab it once and they wrap it, stab it. No, you got to run that.
Run it through.
Night crawler.
Run it through, because then the worm can still be alive and it's still wiggly and it still look good to the fish. And the fish be like, oh my God, what's that's wiggling? And it swims to the worm. It bites dinner.
Exactly. Are you sure you're not from Michigan?
No. I'm straight here, Chi-Town via the western suburbs.
Nice.
So, but yeah. But I haven't been fishing. Oh my gosh. So when my father was alive, he used to take me fishing all the time. So he became my ancestor when I was 12. And I haven't been fishing since I was about 15. So if anybody want to take me on a fishing date, when the weather gets warm,
that short that you suggested,
when it gets warm,
you can cast her.
Warm.
Okay. Warm. Okay.
Warm.
Okay.
We could wear short sleeves and shorts to fishing on a concrete shore. We are not going on the ice.
There you go.
I don't necessarily want to go on a boat fishing.
Sure.
I'm good. I'm straight. But on the shore, a steady pier with concrete pillars, people, not necessarily the concrete. I mean, you have to be specific in these things. Because somebody will take you on something that's standing on toothpicks talking about it's safe, and you watch that duct tape unravel around that rusted boat, and you like, no, someone's gonna cash in a life insurance policy, and they're gonna wonder what happened, and they'll be like, you deserve that. So.
All right, so when they open everything up, what's the big pier downtown Chicago with all the stores? And...
but in Illinois, I think you have to have a fishing license, which I have to get another one. That's just $12. Some good fishing holes here. There's one outside of Argo, Illinois. I know they have a forest preserve a good fishing hole.
Okay.
Starved Rock is another good fishing hole. I see people doing this, but I'm not too trusting on the fishing by Larrabee the hospital on the south side. There's a strip along the little curvature before it goes into Lakeshore Drive, and I always see people there fishing. Myself personally, I don't know if there's enough fish grease for those fish to fry out whatever they might have,
right?
Engulfed in that part of Michigan water. Just that little strip right there. It's questionable.
Questionable.
Your fish might have had a 40 or something just before you got consumption. These are things to think about, people.
Sure.
In Michigan, they might have had apple cores and banana peels and fresh stuff.
Apples, cherries, and blueberries.
Right over here, they might have had some mild sauce with some chicken wings from Harold's, and you don't know if it's going too good.
Yeah, it's apples, cherries, and blueberries.
Watch those setups there, people.
Well, I tell you what, in the summer we'll make the trip over because we, before everything closed down, Tasha and I, we used to once or twice a year we go down to Chicago and we spend some time downtown and Lakeshore Drive, Chinatown. That was a big one thing for us. What's the big mall down there? The White Water Tower or what is it?
Macy's is their flagship store. And so it's
the Lego store, and then there was a dual piano bar, Howl at the Moon, which is a franchise. Oh, we used to love going there all the time. And then
I've heard of Howl at the Moon.
Oh, it's excellent. Oh my gosh. We get down there, you guys are going. It's fantastic.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take you up on that. And we're gonna go to a safe fishing hole.
Gotcha. Done deal.
I don't know how much fish we'll catch because it's warm water and food is plentiful. Algae is growing, so we might not be able to fool them as much as with the ice fishing. But if you ever invite me ice fishing, I'll remain on the shore and I'll wave at y'all with hot cocoa and stuff. I mean, in my winter coat, be like, hey.
Hey, if we don't catch any fish, we'll go to Giordano's for pizza. Whatever.
I mean, See,
Awesome.
so you like Giordano's?
That's like our favorite place. We had one coming here in Michigan, and it like didn't last long. It closed down, but it wasn't the same. So anytime we're in Chicago, it's Giordano's. I know it's a chain. I know it's a franchise, but it's kind of like the Michigan version of deep dish. So I'm sure there's other places that are much better, but
when it comes to pizza in Chicago, that's all. You got your rivalries. You got your home runners. You got your Giordano's. You got your beggars. You got your Italian fiestas. If you want to duck and dodge, trying to get in and out.
Sure.
Of course, you got Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, and everything.
We get that back at home.
Yeah. Then you got Illuminati's, but that's a whole nother argument in itself.
Oh,
you like Illuminati's?
I've never heard of that.
What? Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Illuminati's is
we don't have them in Michigan.
See, but you know what? And I noticed that once you get outside of Chicago, honestly, even New York doesn't compare. We are definitely a food capital. We truly are.
Oh yeah, I get that for sure.
Bill, have you tried Home Run Inn?
Home Run Inn? Nope, I have not. Like I said, just the bait. We found Giordano's the first time we were there. We're creatures of habit. So first time we had Giordano's, there's like 3 or 4 in our walking distance where we stay. We always go to the same one. Mm-hmm. When we found Howl at the Moon, the only reason we went to Howl at the Moon because there was red hair or red. It was another dual piano bar.
Probably the red hair. It had a woman with a red dress and red hair, and she was like this on the market.
Yeah, you go downstairs and whatnot.
Right. It's the red hair.
We went there, and they're like, well, you guys are not fan. Tasha had like tennis shoes on. Well, you can't wear tennis shoes in here. It's like, all right, bye. And we found the Howl at the Moon, and then so that's our staple now.
Okay.
And then of course the Hard Rock. Just all the little places downtown that we're familiar with.
Okay, so they try to be as basic and as local as possible. So Marble, when they come here, we're gonna have to break them out of that shell. We got some hurls from hot sauce. Some Uncle Remus, so that way you can compare the two and see the great Chicago debate about who has the best chicken. Some JJ fish fillets. So basically, y'all need to starve at least 2 weeks prior to the trip.
Done deal. Let's do it.
There you go.
Get you a Italian beef, a real Italian beef, or a combination with the Italian sausage.
My wife's Italian, so she'll be able to judge if that's realistic or not.
See, you know what? Hey, tell her if she's really Italian, we just call it Italian beef. I don't know too much about Italy and their food, but I know they call this Italian beef.
Okay,
so we're gonna stick with Italian beef.
Awesome.
A real Chicago hot dog. Some people say they don't put ketchup on a real Chicago hot dog. You're not supposed to. I put ketchup on my hot dog. Thank you. I don't see the big problem with putting ketchup on your hot dog, but you know what? I
love ketchup on mine.
I'm not a big
You got the Coney dogs. You always put ketchup on a Coney dog, so.
Really? Now, see, I've never had a Coney Island hot dog before.
Me neither.
It's just a sloppy hot dog with chili sauce. There's nothing to it.
So, in other words, it's just a chili dog?
It's just a chili dog, chili sauce, like canned chili sauce, onions, and put whatever you want on it. It's nothing big.
That sounds like you need some alone time after that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Definitely next day.
It sounds like, you know what, babe, just not tonight or tomorrow either,
For sure.
Right. Like, I'm straight.
I'm good. I'm going to bed. Leave me alone.
It's just like I found out a Philly cheesesteak, they put like processed cheese, like nacho cheese. Mm-hmm. Like what people call nacho cheese in a can on it.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, definitely. Not right.
Mm-mm.
Not good at all. No. Bad.
No. That's a no-no.
No, big
I
no,
mean,
no.
I'm still eventually in my lifetime might try it if I ever go to Philadelphia. But I was blown away by that fact. I was like, nacho cheese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
They
sure.
think it's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm like, them poor starving people. They haven't had real processed food that will kill you early.
Most definitely. It's funny.
See, that's a whole nother short too.
Yes.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah. See,
good idea.
She's
Write that
giving you
down.
so many ideas.
By all
Definitely.
means,
And all of them.
for sure. I'll write that down.
So yeah, that's a short. Do a short about food and the argument over putting ketchup on a hot dog.
So many.
Go.
I appreciate it.
So yeah. So how can people follow you on social media?
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook as Bill Kenney, but my acting page is I try to keep my acting different from my regular work. So my acting page is Bill K Kenney, which is also my IMDb page. I think my Twitter is William Kenney.
Yeah, William K. Kenney.
Barbara hit me up. Do you have a Twitter page? I said, yeah, I don't really use it, but I think.
Some people don't really.
And then I'm on LinkedIn, which is more my regular work, but it's Bill Kenney or William Kenney. But yeah,
No, I think it's
I'm out
William.
there.
I think it's
Is it William Kenney?
Oh,
Yeah.
so we're gonna use the William.
William Kenney.
Sure. Yeah, both. Yeah, either way, you'll find me. If you put the K in between my name, I'm out there. Yeah.
Okay. So
Because it amazes me. A couple years ago, I started Facebooking myself, searching myself, Bill Kenney. And there's a ton of them out there. And so that's why my IMDb page, I went with Bill K. Kenney, and I'm the only one on IMDb with Bill K. Kenney. In fact, I think last year, the year before, I started a Facebook group, the Fraternal Order of Bill Kennys, and there's like tons of them out there. And yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
There's actually a gentleman out in Vegas who's a Bill Kenney. His father is Bill Kenney Sr., and he's a pastor out in Vegas. And I go to Vegas, well, when everything's open up, about 7, 8, 10 times a year for my work. And we've always talked like we're going to hook up, but we never do. But yeah, it's just interesting how many Bill Kennys there are.
So the world. I think I'm the only Cabryl Breotti. No, you know what? There's a guy. It was really funny because I have a Facebook friend, and I think he's overseas. And
Okay.
he was like, "Wow, I've never met a Black Breotti." I was like, "Yeah, we exist."
Well, I can say I never seen a Black Bill Kenney, so I'm just.
Hey, you know what? They are out there.
I'm sure they are. I haven't found one yet, but I'm looking.
Look, we are origins of humans. Nothing has really shocked me yet, except for I met a girl named Michael, and it kind of threw me just for a moment.
I've never heard of real Michael.
Yes, I met a girl named Michael. It was a really interesting experience that I'll save for another day.
Wow. Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for your time. You got any projects that you need to promote?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Of course, shameless plug away.
Sure. Okay. So in the Chicago area, there's a couple projects coming out. We have the festival by Arnold Toole, first-time director. I met him on another set. He invited me in to take a part in this film. It's a short film, but it's a very how do I say it? So it's geared towards Black Lives Matter. It's a look at an alternate universe where we're at in America versus where we could have been at if we didn't fix things during the Civil War.
That sounds yeah.
Yeah, it's very eye-opening. It's very intense, and it was an awesome project to be part of, and I'm proud to be proud of that. And it really looks at where we could have been if slavery wasn't abolished. And it's a very good film. It was really interesting, if you will. Another project, Horrific High, by Lauren Black, that was shot also in Chicago. It's a short. Lauren Black is a producer, filmmaker. That young lady travels basically all over the country and just happened to be in Chicago. Put out a cast call about that film that's going to be coming out pretty soon. And the biggest one, this will be my last promo, besides Forensics, which is my project coming out here shortly. Will we start filming shortly? But the biggest one, I just announced on my Facebook page, Bill K. Kenney, Leo, which is a project produced and written by Marcel Gamble. And let me hold on, got 1 second. I'll find some very prominent people in this. It just came out today.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It's it's a full feature film.
Nice.
A great story. I can't give anything about it, but let me find who's involved with that. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking. There's some really cool people involved with that. Flying out from LA. Let's see here. Omar Gooding, who was in Deadwood, Unsolved Murders of Tupac and Notorious B. He's in Barbershop, Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Okay.
So yeah. And then another gentleman named let's see here. Isaiah Jeffries, also in Get Rich or Die Trying from that was a big film coming out, and a couple other projects. So, and then a lot of local actors, which really good film. And then a couple more, if you don't mind. Mary.
Oh, what? Go away.
Oh, okay, awesome. So Mary was filmed in Chicago.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mary is by Romeo Katerkaren. I worked with him in Grand Rapids on a film called Wonderful Day, and he just did this film called Mary, which is a service to, Aubrey, you'll appreciate this, to all the frontline workers during COVID, nurses, doctors, and whatnot.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah,
I think she's messing with her fur baby.
Sure. Awesome film. It's actually released on Vimeo right now, and it will be coming out on Prime. And it had nothing to do with me. My daughter, Aria, played a supporting actress in this film. Romeo called me up. Again, I worked with him on a film called Wonderful Day. And my daughter does channel for her and whatnot. And he's seen some stuff, called me up. Hey, I got a part for your daughter. Awesome. Went to Chicago, filmed it. It's released. Does a wonderful job. That stars Kate Coleman and Martin Davis of the Chicago area. Great film. Check it out. Again, Romeo Katerkaren, and DP was Joe Boswell. Great film. And then February, we'll be going to Florida. We got an 80s type slasher film called Cruel Summer. We'll be filming with Lost Bastards Productions. Tasha, myself, and I are going down to film that. And that's what we got going on now. We're like a film family. My daughter's getting involved. Tasha's done some things. I've done some things. So we're having fun with it. And we're just excited of where we've become the last 5 years and where we're going. And we're just having fun with it.
Well, I am just happy to hear it.
You forgot one.
Which one did you forget?
Running with Wolves?
Yes.
Running with Wolves. Yes. So Running with Wolves. I think, Mabra, we are both working on Running with Wolves, which is, I get that written down. Hold on. That is T.J. Chester, who wrote that, who was originally from Gary, Indiana, moved down to Atlanta, did some filming, come back to Gary, wrote, and actually this is based on a series of books that she's filming Gary. It's we've been on and off casting the last couple of years. They're trying to get that going, and then that's going to eventually evolve into a series called 219, which is the zip code for Gary, which is kind of like based off this film that she's doing. And Mauber and I are both involved with that, so they're working that scheduled and ready to go, and very exciting project, and hopefully that gets going soon. And a very awesome premise of the film that's going to carry on to a series, and we're both looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean that's exciting. You got the projects going on, especially the 80s cruel summer. I want to see the hairstyles that y'all coming up with.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So lots of Aquanet and all the
My God. If
Oh my
y'all
God.
don't know, Aquanet was banned in the early 90s for eating up the ozone.
Yep.
And there was a lot of people in the Appalachian Mountains that was quite upset and when Aquanet got discontinued.
Oh, I'm sure. No, it's just I'm totally blessed, from starting around 6 years ago now, and just the process of going through starting out with extra, and again, did a lot of extra work in Chicago with I'll say it with 4-Star Casting. That's where I started with my extra work. Yep, Empire and all the series, Chirac, and just all the things building up and getting interest and getting a trainer. And I got to give a shout out. Acting coach Jerry Hayes out of Michigan. When I was doing extra work and we connected, and he's definitely propelled me in my advancement where I'm at in film today, and led me to many projects, as I mentioned. Another project, Tale of Tales, with Harley Whalen. Let me look up one more time. Okay, I'm almost done. I promise. I wrote down notes. Harley Whalen. Oh my gosh, I lost my notes. Hold on. Anyways, Tale of Tales. It's an episodic series coming out, kind of on the experience of an individual that worked in the stripper industry in like kind of the Metro Detroit area. And I got casted as a character who is a real character that has a unique fetish and disturbing to some. But yeah, that's oh my gosh.
You know what? My mind just went completely left when you say unique fetish. I don't want to know what I'm straight.
Okay. It's very unique. So director Harley Whalen, written by Harley Whalen, Tevis Marvin, and Steve Copra, and just very interesting project. And then I got to give one more shout out, Raphael Robinson, who I've done Ice Cream Boys, Black Day, and then Bad Money is coming out in 2021. And then my brothers with Hole in the Head Productions, who were working on many projects, and in fact some of the stuff that I wrote, and we just got a lot of stuff going on. It's crazy.
But that's a blessing, though. Like you said, you started off a few years ago what someone would consider a twinkle, an overnight, and look where you're at now.
Yeah. It's just definitely
growing.
Definitely. Just like anything else, you put the work in, you put in the hours, you make the drives. I'm in West Michigan. It's 3 hours to Chicago. It's 3 hours to Detroit. You make the drive, you put in the time, and then the stuff starts paying off. You network, you meet people like Mabra. We were both extras on a film and always stayed connected. And she's growing in her stuff, doing entrepreneurs and then the On the Scene podcast. And it's just watching her grow, and we're growing. It's like the greatest networking opportunity for anybody. As long as they stay connected and put in the work, anybody can be successful. It's fantastic.
And that's absolutely wonderful to hear. And that's something that both conversations we could take away with the importance of networking and building those relationships, because you never know where it could lead you. Reaching into your network and out on your sides in order for you to grow up, because there's enough success for everybody. I always say that.
Most definitely. It's awesome. I love it. Keeps me motivated, keeps me going. And, if just one day I could be if somebody's watching a movie and say, hey, that guy looks familiar and I'm that guy, I'm good with that. If it's me setting up an opportunity for my daughter to be successful, I'm good with that. Or my wife, I'm good with that. Just get the process started. That's all I'm looking at.
Well, I put it like this. I can't wait for you to hit your next true peak on your mountains of success. I will be watching. I am honored for the opportunity to be connected with you. Thank you so much for being on this edition of On the Scene on Friday. We really, really appreciate it. Tell Tasha and them we said what's up. And we're going to make sure that you have more pizza places than Giordano's, because although Giordano's is good pizza, don't get wrong, it is.
Home run in.
Gino East.
What's your
Understood.
favorite? What's your favorite pizza, Bill?
What's my favorite pizza?
Yeah, like sausage, pepperoni.
Pepperoni, sausage, everything.
So yeah, like the deep dish, everything meat, pizza. I mean, whatever that is. I mean, whatever they can pile on a pie, I'm good with it. Yeah. Anything except for mushrooms. I'm not a big mushroom person.
I love mushrooms on my pizza.
Mushrooms are so good.
Yeah.
No, I can't do mushrooms. When I travel out of town,
Yeah, me too.
the wife and the kids, they do mushrooms, everything. And yeah, it's just I just can't do mushrooms. Yeah.
So good.
You know what? You're that close.
Yeah, I know.
I still love it though.
I got flaws. I'm not perfect.
That's okay. You know what? I can accept that in this new connection, this new friendship we have, this brother sisterhood we have. I accept that. I accept
Love
that.
it. Awesome. Well, I appreciate the opportunity and us,
Great to have you.
Yeah.
meeting you, Cabryl. How do you pronounce your name? I'm sorry.
Cabryl.
Meeting you, Cabryl, and you did a wonderful job of hosting this podcast. And, it's just great. It just doing this podcast and Mabra and I have been talking for a while, and unfortunately it's not in person, but I'll take this.
Hey, that is okay. We look, technology, use it. We's here.
For sure. Definitely.
We'll have you back. Don't worry. In person.
We're gonna have
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
All right. Have a good one. Tell the family that we said hello.
All right, we'll do. You guys have a great evening, and we'll see you soon.
All right, there. All right. So thank y'all so much for this edition of On the Scene Doubleheader. We put glitter on the duct tape.
Yes.
So Marva, you are absolutely phenomenal in any and everything you do. Your eyebrows are first. I just want to let you know that. Your eyebrows are first. You look good.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Well, I'm sitting up here in my robe. Yeah.
For tonight.
Just straight.
Girl, you look beautiful. Shut up.
Look, y'all, I got edges. Y'all see that? Look, see the hair growth? It's edges up under these braids. It's edges. I wasn't able to do that or nothing. Just had to straight come like, hey, hello, yes. Let's put on some earrings and some lip gloss. While she's sitting up here, look, she got on eyeshadow. Look, skin all evened out. She look, her part is all pretty. She got her little blade that's all fluffed up, and she done used the feather comb. Y'all don't know nothing about the feather comb, the old school feather comb. She done did the wrap and everything. You're
cracking me up.
And I'm sitting up here looking like I straight took off my bonnet.
You look beautiful. Stop
it. Straight took off my bonnet. Don't want the lighting to hit me just a little bit too hard. Some might show. Y'all might look at me like, oh, she not as cute as we thought. Oh, that poor baby. We gonna watch her from a distance. Oh, bless her heart. Bless her heart.
You're making my stomach hurt, but you pulled it off. Thank you so much.
You know what? Black folks. Black folks. I love my people. I love my people.
I love my people. I do. Thank you, beautiful.
So once again, thank you so much for tuning in to this doubleheader for On the Scene. You need to follow them. Facebook, On the Scene. Instagram, On Scene, the number 1. And what's the Twitter?
Same thing, On Scene and the number 1.
All right, move just a little bit so they can hit you up. So, you all want to get on the show. You all got a project to promote. Actors, creatives, you need to reach out to them. You see that there's all the contact On the Scene, On Scene 1, On Scene 1, YouTube, On the Scene Chicago. Please follow their social media accordingly. Support. Actors, reach out. We are here for all independent projects, all major projects. You know why? Because there's enough success for everybody, and we're here to assist each other.
Amen.
All right, so shout out to our guest, Mr. Eric Horice, CEO, founder of Blazing Graphics. Show your shirt off, Barbara. He did her shirt. That's right.
And this awesome banner.
And the banner, as y'all can see. So Blazing Graphics, BLAZ Zebra IN, GRAP as in Paul, H as in Harry, graphics. X and no, I'm sorry, no I. GRAPHXX. So hit them up on Facebook, Instagram. That is their that is their information for social media. And we talked to upcoming actor, writer, director, ice fisherman, pizza aficionado, Bill K. Kenney. You can follow him on his social media platforms under either William K. Kenney or Bill K. Kenney. He has several projects coming out. And as of today, his film Leo, which he starred with Omar Gooding, premiered today. So shouts out to him. And thank you so much for him taking the time. So Barbara, as with anything, whom I adore, with her flawlessness and her honey blonde, I really love that color on you.
Thank you. I'm loving it too. I need to go get it touched up, but yeah, I had to come into 2021 with something new.
I mean, you just had to stunt on them. Just stunt.
Had to just drop
just tad bit stunted. Just a twince of stunting. Just a twince. A twince on stunting on thy people. She is a stunter. So we're going to leave you on this note of 2021. We're hoping that with everything that's going on in this country, that we at least provided you with some type of good laugh and some type of inspiration to keep on going. Because even in your darkest hour, the small flicker spark light lights up.
Yep.
This is not forever. We are going to get through this like we do anything else. Blessings to you and your family in regards during this pandemic. And we're hoping that 2021 is better and is prosperous for you and your loved ones. Amen. Thank you so much for coming on to On the Scene. I was your guest host tonight, Cabryl Breotti of Cabryl Chats, executive producer, Ms. Barbara Foster, and we're out. Have a good night. All right, so I stopped the stream.
Yes.